Hello, my dear friends of Philcom. Grace and peace to you in Jesus Christ. It may have been a bolt from the blue last week. Suddenly you got the news that Father Chito is transferred from Dubai to Abu Dhabi to be parish priest there. You never expected it, and therefore I saw many people in tears. Why Father Chito is taken away from us? Okay, that why has no real answer. Chito was here for 7 years. We came together here, I as parish priest and he as the assistant parish priest. 7 years in the religious context, we are all religious priests, not diocesan priests, religious priests. In the religious context, 7 years is a long rope. So every religious has to expect a transfer after 3-6 years. Yes, that's it. So that is the kind of life to which we have vowed ourselves into. So there is nothing strange about it, but then for you, yes. Chito has endeared himself to you so very well that naturally you will feel the pain of departure. And for 7 years he entered every nook and cranny of the Filipino community, also the entire parish community, and then he is being plucked out from there and going to be transplanted somewhere else. Okay, that has the element of pain in that. But then we need to face it very squarely at the face of such things that happen. These are things that are bound to happen in human life. So therefore, nothing to be surprised about it. This is a time for us to thank God for this great person who has been with us for 7 years. Chito is the Zacchaeus of our priestly community here, the shortest among us all. Being short of stature does not mean he's short in greatness. There have been many short people in history who were exceptionally great in their own fields. Chito is said to be 5'3". Yuri Gagarin, who went to the space first from Russia, he was a short man, below the average. Houdini, the great magician, was said to be a very short man. And above all, Napoleon Bonaparte, according to French calculation, which is not exactly the British calculation, he was only 5'2", a conqueror of the world. So, because Chito is of small stature does not mean he is small in greatness. He has proved himself to be great throughout his life here, the 7 years of life in Dubai. You know how Zacchaeus is a great example. How Zacchaeus proved himself to be great. He was short and he wanted to see Jesus. And he found that it was impossible to see Jesus because of his short stature, but he did not give up. He did something adventurous. He was ingenious. He thought out a plan. Yes, I want to see Jesus and I will see him. And therefore, he climbed a tree and saw Jesus, and Jesus met him. We know that story, the great story of Zacchaeus, and there was no turning back once he saw Jesus. Everything about Zacchaeus changed, and Jesus made friends with Zacchaeus and became a guest in his house, and so on. And that's what happened to Chito, I believe. He was after Jesus, and he found him. When he found him, he followed his call, and he responded wholeheartedly to the call of Jesus, and he became a religious, a Capuchin, and a priest. And ever since, there was no turning back in his life. And this is the primary thing why I like him. It has been seen during our lifetime here. Together we spent 7 years, and then I have seen that, how spiritual he is. He has a very solid spiritual foundation, and that is the hallmark of his success, the spiritual foundation. We have, besides our pastoral masses and things like that, we have our community prayers, and he was always regular for that. He never used to miss those prayers unless he was committed to something else, something pastorally required. Otherwise, he used to be morning, noon, evening, every time we came together to pray, he was there. Punctuality in prayer life shows the real depth of the person, and he has proved himself to be really spiritually well-founded. And spirituality alone was not his strong point. His spirituality was complemented by his intellectual life. He is a great intellectual. He has been a voracious reader. He reads a lot, and therefore he is theologically up to date, and in various other things, in general knowledge everywhere. He is well versed in the things of God, things of the earth, and things concerning human life. He was a man of theological depth, a man of general knowledge, a man of knowledge of all kinds, which go to complement his theological stance with regard to his spirituality. It's something that I have to always admire. And besides being an intellectual person, he was also a very social person. In this big parish of over 150,000 people, Chito is well known to people. He was very congenial, very sociable, easy to relate. There was no problem in going and talking to him. He was a good listener, and he had a lot of humor with him, good humor, very jovial, and then at any serious moment he can create a laughter. That was his plus point, and that endeared himself to all the people in the parish, everyone in the parish. They did not look at him as a Filipino. They looked at him as a very good human being to whom they could go, they could relate, and they always found their way to him, and they went consoled. And his pastoral interest is another remarkable thing about him. He was pastorally oriented. In the language of Pope Francis, a shepherd should know the smell of his sheep, and Chito is one who really knew the smell of his sheep. Every Filipino, I believe, he can recognize by their smell, because he knows, this is my sheep, and then he has been very close to them. He has been a part of their life and being part of their life and their daily concerns, then that is the meaning of knowing the smell of the sheep. He was equally concerned in their daily affairs as they themselves were. So pastorally, he was so wonderful. We were all going through the pandemic time. It was a bit risky to do pastoral work outside the church. Very often we used to get calls to anoint people who were affected by coronavirus. Who will go? Chito was always at the front line. Like a frontline soldier, he would volunteer himself to go to visit hospital, anoint them, give them sacraments. And when a corona patient dies, he was always ready to go to the cemetery and bury them, give them a Christian funeral. Something marvelous about him. And his organizational capacity, oh, it's so wonderful. The single biggest group in St. Mary's Parish is the Filipino community. How he organizes the Philcom. A Philcom is a huge umbrella under which there are several subgroups. Coordinating all of them, you have, as Filipinos, you have the couples for Christ, and below them you have the singles for Christ, the kids for Christ, and then you have the El Shaddai, and you have so many other things. I just can't recall all the names, but all of them, including the Philcom Youth, Philcom Cultural Group, and all kinds of everything that you have under the big umbrella of Philcom. And he was in control of all of them. That's what I admire and love in Chito. Believe me, during these 7 years, not a single Filipino came to me complaining about Father Chito. Oh, Father Chito did not listen to me. Father Chito was rude to me. Father Chito was not caring for me. Never, not a single case. This is very unusual. From my experience of 7 years, it's very, very unusual. And that speaks volumes about his personality. The endearing personality, the congenial personality, the jovial personality, the outgoing personality who could reach out to anyone. So, when I speak to you about him today, as he's about to go away from here, I want to tell you, so he's a man of a rare combination of talents. But remember, anybody can have talents, but it's a rare combination of talents, well blended with the cream of humility. And that's important. The cream of humility. When you have talents and people begin to praise you, it's always possible you get puffed up in your head. You get carried away. Oh, I am somebody. See how people love me. He is a man of great humility. He does not boast about what he does. He does not speak about what he does. We observe it from far. And you have experienced it, my dear Filipinos, from far. And he always remained very humble. That is the real greatness of the person. You have talents, you use your talents to help others, and others praise you and appreciate you and recognize you. And that's the time when you need to remain humble. A humble servant of Jesus Christ. That's what Chito was in my eyes. And that's why I love him. That's why I appreciate him. That's why I miss him. I came to know him years ago in Abu Dhabi. Once he was there for a month to replace Father Troy when he was on holidays. we had that 1 month relationship. After a month, when he left for Philippines, I told Bishop Paul, Bishop, did you observe this young man? Yes, he said, I observed. He's a very good young man. I said, he is vicariate material, I told him. One who can be brought to the vicariate to be at the service of the vicariate, and he will do well. I'm really proud of that moment. Okay, and finally Chito came and he became part of St. Mary's Parish, and you all know the rest is history. He made himself so great, serviceable person, and everyone seems to appreciate him, and everyone will be surely miss him. Surely miss him. I want to tell you one instance. All of you know Monsignor Jerry Santos, big man in Philippines. He was here a few years ago in connection with Christian Formation Program. I was talking with him. He told me, I'm a little angry with the Capuchins in Philippines because they took away the gem of a person from Philippines and brought him here. And we all miss him because he said he had a great future in Philippines. He would have surely become the provincial of the Philippine Capuchins and probably a bishop later. So I told him, Monsignor Santos, Chito is still very young. He can still be provincial. He can still be a bishop. So I hope these things may happen. Okay, so he's not only short, he's also young. And therefore he has the capacity to sit on any throne that may be offered to him by his religious superiors or the superiors of the church. So I wish him all the best. May good things happen to him. May he be always happy and joyful. Go to Abu Dhabi. You know already those people. Serve them. Make them happy as you made the Filipinos here happy. So it's not only Filipinos, the entire parish is happy with you. So you are going to be a parish priest in Abu Dhabi, parish priest of the cathedral, the parish priest of the bishop. Oh, what a title, Chito. Okay, be happy with that. Not only just be happy, but rise up to the challenges of that position. Serve everyone in Abu Dhabi, and may your name grow greater and greater, and may you achieve many things that are yet to be achieved. The best in you is yet to come. We hope to see that in Abu Dhabi. So all the best, Chito, and my dear Filipinos here in St. Mary's. When somebody goes, another one will come to get into the shoes of this one. Yes, there is someone coming, and you will have a little confusion. You will have two people by the same name. There is Parish Priest Lenny and there is an assistant Lenny. Okay, you call us senior and junior, number one, number two, whatever. Anyway, Lenny is also a great person. I know him, not too much, but then from the little time I had to be acquainted with him, he has proved himself to be great. A very dynamic person who will surely rise up to your occasion. So welcome him very cordially and give him all the support and love you are giving to Chito. And then he will also come up like Chito and be very, very dear to you, and time will come when you feel that we have received a person as good as Chito. So let that happen. That's my prayer for you. Meanwhile, with all of you, I bid goodbye to Chito and wish him all the very best and blessings of God and Mother Mary in his life in Abu Dhabi. Thank you very much.